is a presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the Oklahoma Sports Network's consent is prohibited. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be used.
All right, welcome into the SNU campus here in Bethany, Oklahoma, site of SNU College Rugby Saturday here on the Oklahoma Sports Network. And I guess we're going to start playing with the national anthem as they get started. So they're having a moment of silence and prayer. And so as they get ready for that, we'll take a timeout. Be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Well, welcome back to SNU campus, where we have College Rugby Saturday on the Oklahoma Sports Network. And SNU is going to be in their Reds, and all the way from Nebraska is Wayne State College. And welcome you on YouTube and those who are watching on Facebook, and to call our game today. Trey, I'm so glad that you're able to join us up here. You've got an interesting story. We'll talk a little bit about that as the game progresses. But very familiar with rugby. You're kind of a local. We've had a lot of others that call rugby that are not from the United States. And so great opportunity to have you call our match for today.
Well, yeah, I appreciate you being here, or me being here, and I appreciate you having me on. It's going to be a really fun day. This is our third game or so. We're 2-0 on the year, and we have a pretty solid back line. We're about to get started here. It's going to be a fun day, moving the ball, getting some tackles, getting some hard hits, and a good battle. So.
Well, you're going to get to learn a little bit of the sport.
Kick off high and 10. Looks like SNU possess the ball. We're going to have a little ruck. Might have to clear it out. Just depends. Might run a couple phases. If we get the ball to the edge a little bit, we do have some overhang. There's one pass. We're back out a little high. Sorry, didn't see it. Oh, he called it. A little high tackle right there. You have to drop your weight, and if you tackle anywhere above the shoulders or around the neck area, it's a penalty, and that's back 10. And depending on if it's malicious or not, the sir could give you a yellow. So looks we're going to have a kick for touch right here. Beautiful kick, goes out around just past the 50, around the what we got. Yeah. It's going to be SNU line out. Here, the first one. We're about 30 seconds in, so.
Yeah, so it's a little bit of a running clock, of course, and very similar to what we see and soccer. So there's a lot of combinations for those who are unfamiliar with rugby. A little bit of soccer, a little bit of American football, a little bit of this and that, to kind of everything. That's right.
It originated from soccer. A lot of people, the myth says that someone was playing a soccer match and picked up the ball and just started running with it. And that's how rugby was formed. And then as America came to there, they wanted to make it a little bit safer. He might get him for not releasing. We'll see that right now. Wayne State turns over the ball right there, and they do have a penalty for not release. Actually, no, I'm offsides. It's like you can't be around the ruck on the other side of it after the ruck is formed. So it's either not releasing the tackler. So
you can also see the sir, which we say is the referee or the umpire or the one that controls this match. He's in the screen.
Everything.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name. SNU kicks for touch again. Beautiful kick down the field. SNU going to get it around the 5-meter line. SNU tracking down the field, getting some good calls their way, and has a scoring opportunity coming ahead. So it's going to be Angus with the throw-in. He is from Australia, I believe. We do have quite a few of international students this year, too. It's really great to see other people from other places getting an opportunity to play here in the States and at a collegiate level. Great line-out catch by Creed. It's going to be a maul here. Looks like it got collapsed right there, so that's going to be SNU's pin. Oh, knock on, my bad. Pretty good line out. Just unfortunate for SNU. Wayne State line out around the 5. First scrum down of the day. We got Pito in the back, getting a little bit of coverage in case Wayne State decides to exit. We got wind coming in the other opposite direction, so we might hang up in the air a little bit. Let's just see what Wayne State does and see how this line out goes. Big push by SNU. Looks like it's going to be not supporting wheeling. We'll see about that. It's going to be a penalty to Wayne State. Or they're opted to re-scrum. Typically, if there's a penalty off the scrum, they might do a re-scrum depending on it. If not, oh wait, who we got now? Oh, they called wheeling for Wayne State. My bad, Wayne State for wheeling. So it's gonna be SNU's scrum down. Good put by SNU. Dayton's trying to dig that ball out, collapsing that right there. SNU couldn't support their weight, so it's going to be a penalty back to Wayne State right there.
And why the penalty?
So in the scrum down, if the opposition scrum can't hold their weight and keep the scrum up and keep it safe, then it should be a penalty to the other team, meaning that like either someone dipped their head down and it went down to the ground, or they were getting overpowered and not equally pushing. So a little short kick. It's going to be Wayne State's line out, goes into the stands.
Now you are also talking about their record and what league they're in, and you're independent. So explain a little bit about that. I think their last score was like 70-0 or something.
Yeah. So Wayne State they played Colorado School of Miners, and their final score was 71-5. And they're a D3 program, but they're a solid D3 program. They have a pretty good record on there. They're a 3-time national finalist and a 3-time national quarterfinal in sevens. So lost the line out. It's not going to be called for not straight down the tunnel. It has to go down in between, so it can be a full contested on that. But yeah, they're coming out. They're a solid program. They have a few internationals on their ends too as well. So D3 or not, and then the thing with rugby too is like you can be a community college school and still play at a premier level depending on if scholarships, opportunities, or funding from the school as well. And a lot of times these community college, they great win by Sam. Looks like it might have gotten knocked. No, SNU wins the line out. Great line out win. Dayton Bradford's looking for some space, but Yeah, with that's the case. Having that Pito gets out to the edge, it looks like he got tackled real quick. Might be no, he went backwards, so no knock on there. Since we're an independent, we are able to play at any division. Yet we don't really have a conference, so our record goes for like who we play and how well we do against them. Iowa Central, and they're a community college, and they clear out by Dayton, try to get some space right there. Not a bad decision. They're a community college, but they play at a premier level, so they're like top of the top and stuff like that too as well.
And what about SNU record-wise coming into this?
So SNU is going to be 2-1 on the year, beating I'm not sure who, I can't remember, but last game we played against OU, and it was a pretty tough battle. OU's
that was last week.
Yeah, OU's like our in-state rival, kind of like our Bedlam, you know.
Sure.
And back and forth with them as far as record-wise goes, and they always come in and they put up a really good fight. And they're in a different conference than us. There's two different conferences, and then there's two different. Then they branch off as far as like conferences within themselves as well. So they play under Great America, I think, or different league, and then we play under NCR, which is Natural Collegiate Rugby. Still able to intertwine and go towards records, just not conference on either end. So.
And we're having a little discussion here with the sir.
I think he's just saying, like, we have a lot of chatter back and forth. He's saying if you're going to go through us, then go through your captains. And the sir will tell you straight up, like, hey, you don't talk back to me. You have respect towards me. If you want to say something, ask your captain and come to me. And and if it's up to his decision whether or not it's deemed, appropriate or not. But it's a respectful game, you know. Oh, we got a penalty here. I'm not sure what it was for. I think it was a fake with the line out. You can't pump fake. Or no, he actually he said penalty for talk. He did a little chatter thing with his hand. So that's, I mean, they can penalize you for that. It's having no respect.
Well, he's gonna earn that respect quickly, especially when you have that. Especially
with a veteran like him too. He's been around in Oklahoma. It's very, very known here in Oklahoma for rugby, and he did a little reffing in high school whenever I played as well. So,
well, unlike other sports where people are talking to the ref or going up to that, this is only your team captain is allowed to approach the sir with any kind of question, or it's not just anybody free for all, which is a little different.
Yeah, it's just to keep the flow of the game going. Wait, say it looks like they're winning the line out. 9 tries to get it some space, but SNU's getting defense right there. Goes quick. Let's see what they got right there. They lose a box kick out to try to clear up some space. It hangs high in the air. That's a good ball. Oh, what do we got right there? It's a little loose ball. Wayne State seems to pick it up, but great track down. We got a penalty right there. I'm not sure the penalty. I think we might be a knock on.
Broadcast goes on, we'll kind of have a little conversation with you as far as, here you're in Oklahoma, and a lot of people aren't attracted to rugby right out of the gate. So how did you get your start of being influenced by it and want to be a part of it?
Yeah, so around middle school time, Coach Eric, he was my 8th grade history teacher. And then once I went into high school, I played baseball and football, most of my life, mostly baseball. And he moved up to become it's going to be SNU's scrum down. He went up to be a teacher at the high school, and then about a year goes by. It's my sophomore year. I'm not playing baseball anymore, and he grabs me on the shoulder as I'm walking. He's like, "Hey, how's it going?" I was like, "Oh, hey, Coach or G," and he's like, "You ever played rugby? Great, track down on that Dayton, getting that quick ball out."
Well, did.
And yeah, so he was like, "You want to come out and play rugby?" And I was like, "Rugby?
What's rugby?"
Yeah. And then about 2-3 practices later, I'm down in Tulsa, Oklahoma, throwing on a jersey, getting out there, and then just running around. And then how I came back into it too is I was out of high school and working, just doing my own thing, and I saw that they started the program at SNU, and it was Coach G, and I messaged him on Facebook. All I said was, "Hey, congrats on starting the team here at SNU. That's really cool. I'm excited to come out, maybe watch a couple of games. I know you've been talking about it." Probably about not even 5 minutes goes by, he texts me back and he said, "So you ever thought about playing again?" And I was like, no, coach, you're crazy. And then he's like, well, we need people. And then now the rest is history. I'm here now and played out a little bit, but eligibility-wise, I aged out because of my age. But
So what is the age limit?
so for this right here in collegiate level, depending if you had a COVID year or not, it's 25. When he decides to box, you gets dealt. Great save. He hits him in the air, though. That could be a penalty. No attempt to wrap. Let's see what he says. Sorry, my bad.
No, that's okay. We're having a conversation as well as action, so we can always pick up the story later. We want to be able to get the action. And what I will notice is that very defensive because of other rugby matches that I've seen. There's already been scores at this point, and either one has not made the touchdown yet. Yeah,
it's very back and forth. When it looks to go quick, it's a little trash ball out, so they get it out. Yeah, very back and forth defensively. SNU's got a pretty good opportunities to score, just not able to punch into some errors and penalty-wise. And same with Wayne State, they let up a lot of opportunities. It looks like they're driving down the field. It's going to be a very, very punch it in, go slow type of play. They look like to go to their backs, though. A little loose, messy ball. Good tackle down there. What have we got? Oh, penalty right there. No attempt to wrap, I believe. So that's going to be Wayne State penalty.
So how many years has Eric brought the program in? So how many years is that now? When he started it?
We're going on. I think this is our third year, I believe. We started out with sevens, and whenever he first started it, we had no thought to be playing. It was just like, hey, let's start the program, let's get people on, and then we had enough people. We were able to play sevens rugby, very tournament style and all that stuff, and we started with 15 people, and only me and Dayton were the only ones who have played rugby or had rugby experience. Looks like it's going to be a trash ball, but it's going to be not down the tunnel, not straight. And our very first year, we got invited to be able to play in small college. We're in New Orleans at the National Collegiate Level 7s Championship. And we had a pretty decent, record. I think we won a couple here and there. But for the first year, it was really fun to see some of these people who've never touched a rugby ball advance their skills and come out here and just dominate now.
Have you seen it grow?
Oh, tremendously. There was a little point in time, great line out still. He's just going to like to go kick, not a best kick, but the way the sport has grown throughout the years is insane. There was a little bit where it wasn't really anything. There was a couple of club level games here and there, but whenever we played the National Collegiate last time in Washington in D.C., there was over 150 teams from all different levels in the United States, and now there's PR7s, national or professional 15s and stuff like that too, and even on the women's side, there's a professional looking about starting a professional women's 15 side too as well. And that's just in the United States, and in Oklahoma too, we have about 3 programs. We have us, OU, and OSU too as well, and they've been around for a while and growing their team every single day as well. Stolen by Wayne State. Here about the 5. Let's see what SNU does. They've been really good defensively as far as goal line stands and not letting the other opposing team get any advantage on that. So they just have to be disciplined and not bite anything and just go low. And good tackles there. Just stay low, and then just got to watch for that spread if they get it out to the backs. They're just going to allude to punch it in, go slow, and then they're going to look to go to the backs right there. And we have back penalty right there, I believe. It's going to be offsides. He's going to call not a try. He went quick with that right there. He wasn't in front of the person or the sir. The sir didn't see the touch. The ball has to leave your hands off the foot, and the sir didn't see that, so he's going to call that no try. They're going to look to maybe punch a little something in right now. They might kick it out, and they might try a little maul. Yeah. So it's going to be Wayne State's line out over about 3 feet out of the, or about the 5-meter line. What about you? Have you, I know that you've been doing this for for a few years and all that stuff. And what's something that's interesting about like rugby in general, Eric? That just something that you still have questions about or anything like that too, or?
Well, yeah, I think I'll always have some questions about some of the calls and the whistles that are, but understanding the makeup of it, I like the fact that they want you to always have in play. I think one thing that
won by SNU, high tackle, you might call that advantage. You didn't see that right there. They're gonna look to exit. Not a bad kick right there.
But I think, like keeping the ball in play, like one of the big things that stand out to me is like in football, you use the sidelines as a strategy to get out of bounds. Here it's a penalty and a turnover, so you want to keep the ball in play all the time, and so I think that's a unique perspective, and then the respect factor about, not only against each other as opponents, because you can get penalty, for it, and you see out of hand some sports that get out of hand at times, and the sir, with respect, handles all that. So I like that aspect too.
The saying about it is it's a hooligan sport played by gentlemen.
Yeah.
So that's the saying about it.
Because it is very physical and very few pads, outside of what you got on. I mean, it is. But and then the perspective of how you tackle. You can't make it dangerous. You got to make it as safe as possible.
Yeah, and the great thing about rugby too is you go out and you battle it out for 80 minutes at a time. A loose ball right there. Wayne State looks to jump on it. Won it back by SNU, I believe. Might be a call for not releasing right there. Yep, it's going to be Wayne State penalty for not releasing. You're going to have to get back 10. So with rugby, you're battling it out for 80-plus minutes, and then after the game, you go and you shake their hands. And it's not like, Wayne State leaves. He's going to leave after this. No, we're gonna offer them to have a discussion afterwards about the game. And you don't see that with any sport at all. It's, okay, we played, we're done.
You host, you feed them, you talk, it's just,
But with this, it's like you're gonna end up, a lot of these boys are going to follow them on social media. We're going to interact with them outside of this, and it's going to build a relationship. And that's what grows the sport here in overall. Anyways, just like everyone wants to know everything about the other team, but also not just like that, but just on a personal level as well. So
now here is something that they get the scrum, and then he whistled. So there was something that he saw about that, and they're going to either restart that.
Yeah, so the prop wasn't locked in. He just missed his head, so he was up. So it's a dangerous scrum. He called to reset, and I think it was a little bit of an early bind right there. So nothing penalty-wise.
What's it like being in the middle of that?
That
scrum.
I personally have only been inside of one of them, and I didn't like it.
Yeah,
my position was I do get in some of them, like whenever I'm the 9, because my 9 position is the person that puts in the ball. So. But being inside the scrum down, it was sweaty. It kind of smelled a little bit.
I bet.
But
well, there's all those bodies all together in one little unit.
But it's an interesting experience as well. But just being there and like being the 9 to put the ball in, Wayne State looks to go to the short edge, has a little bit of space up there. Great stop by SNU. I think that was Pito out there.
Now, do you miss it? I mean, being in this position and wanting to be out there with your
so
teammates?
Last game whenever we played OU, there was a B-side, and I was able to play in there because of it's a B-side game, non-conference, and there's no requirements for that. You just have to be registered still. And I did play a little bit, and I missed it. But being on this side of it, seeing just the development of the team and these new players and their skills is going to be beautiful. A little bit of messy ball. He's going to look to fake that. Tries to offload, and that's going to be an advantage knock on. Great defensive stand by SNU.
This is a battle that we're seeing about two good defenses, because unlike what you said with Western State, that they scored like 70 some odd points last game and they're held to nothing, and SNU the same thing. That's a first for me because of the years we've covered it. Usually it's a score fest. You get an athlete that breaks out and they're off to the races.
It's always about looking for holes, but as far as both team-wise, I mean, SNU is doing a great job defensively. Haven't had them ball much, in the last few minutes. It's a possession game. So if SNU scrum right there, they might look to exit out. Big push by Wayne State. That might be lost and wheeling. Yep. So it's going to be Wayne State's ball SNU apparently they have to get back 10. Yeah, it's a pretty big battle right now. He's going to allude to go
Try for the kick.
points.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's the same type of scoring a little bit as football. A try is worth 5 and an extra point is worth 2. But like in football, if there's a 4th down and you have the opportunity to go for a field goal and get 3 points, you can. And same thing with here, they have the opportunity to maybe kick a penalty goal and it's still worth 3 points as well. Same type of scoring as football.
Well, and the other thing is what I like about in their touchdown is where the ball is placed, where the kick. So that's why you always want to try to go to the center,
right to
so
the
you can
center,
get your kicker has a better opportunity, you know.
Yeah, and you have to put pressure down like onto the ball, and like if you can't just run into it, it's gonna be a little jab. It's in for the 3. So Wayne State 3, SNU 0. It's gonna be a kick to Wayne State, and that's another thing about with rugby too is if you score, the other team kicks off to you as well. It's not like you score, you kick off, the other team kicks off to you.
Yes, it's kind of what we say backyard, make it take it.
Yeah, make it take it type football.
So that's the kind of thing, It's like you got to stop us, otherwise we're going to get the ball back.
Yeah,
and so
but it's
that's another unique characteristic, unlike what we're so used to seeing in football and other sports.
Yeah, you can. It's like an onside kick almost every time, depending. I think it's going to look to go deep, so Wayne State might have to exit out and get the ball back. Yeah, look to exit. Still a live play. They got plenty of time. They got a little open space. Deep ball to Pito or Jose. Yeah, right there. Ian Evans gets out. Alex backwards. He's going to be okay. He's not going to call that knock. He did call it the knock on. A little bit of tussling and stuff like that. Yeah. A little bit of banter on the ground. I think they heard the whistle. They kept going a little bit. Yeah. See? And that's the one thing, too, about it. You push, and then you go back, and then you handshake them, and then that's it.
Yeah. It's not throwing punches or,
No, it's just a little built-up aggression. So.
Well, and like soccer, there is penalties where you can go to a penalty box, or like hockey and soccer.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you can go and sit for a while.
Yeah, so he's going to bring both people over with the captains. He's going to have them talk to each other, shake their hands, and with that, it's a yellow card, and there is the sin bin, and it, depending on how malicious it is, or if you get 2 yellows, you could get a red card, and then you're out for the remainder, and the whole team has to play it man down as well. Right. So if it's a yellow card, I believe it's a 5-minute, you have to play a man down. See, they shook hands, they called it good.
Yeah.
We're off to the races. Yeah, shook the captain's hands and all that stuff. So, and the sir will do that. The sir will stop the play, say, "Hey, come over here. Let's make sure we're not on bad terms," and then call it good from that. So.
Well, and it is a competitive sport, and there's a lot of, adrenaline, aggression, all the rest of that stuff. Very physical, and so it can get out of hand, and then you kind of settle it down where it doesn't escalate into a brawl. Like you see in other instances.
And here, at SNU too, our motto is purposely different. So there might be a little thing where you built up that angst, and then you have to realize that our school, our values, and all that stuff, and making sure that SNU has a good name. We're going to be respectful about it too as well. So. Book push, Wayne State without line out. SNU hasn't really got a good or scrum down here in a minute, so we're going to do a little chip kick for space. And Wayne State's got some people out there, and good win back because we'll be keeping that ball. I'm not sure the penalty there. It was not releasing. So if you have the ball and you go down and someone tries to take it back, if a ruck is not formed over the player, you have to release the ball and almost essentially give up the ball. Now, as a tackler, you still have to release the tackle or get to your feet and come what's called the gate. And the gate is typically the person on the ground, and their body length or width is the gate that you have to come through. We go Wayne State line out at about the 7-meter line. Let's see what's going on here. Wayne State moves the ball well. They just haven't had that many scoring opportunities on the backs, and I feel like if they get it to the back's hands, they would have an open edge. And defensively, SNU is just punching the numbers and then making sure we have people to match up, forwards on forwards, getting them low, and just penalties. That's the main thing. It's going to be Wayne State winning the line out. They're going to go a little bit wide. Let's see what happens here. Great tackle by, who is that? I'm not sure of the numbers on there. Got Hunter. They stripped the ball out, taking it out right there. Looks like we got a penalty for, I don't know if this side they might go quick. I'm not sure that they're going to look to go for points too. I'm not sure the penalty there. It looked like a clean strip to me, but I didn't see it. I think he was saying that he was a part of the tackle and he was on the ground and didn't release the tackler. So I think he just got confused of who made the tackle properly. So one of the main things, if that's the case, if you ever unsure that you don't have the opportunity to take the ball, if no one's protecting it, you just show the referee that your hands like you're a part of the tackle, and then you can scoop it up.
We're gonna try for another kick.
Be a little middle kick right there.
Well, on a defensive struggle, it's kind of like you take the points when you can get them,
Yeah, and that's the one thing. I mean, that helped us. It's going to be a little nudge in for 3, so it's going to be Wayne State 6, SNU 0. And that was our main thing that helped us defeat, OU. We were battling down the line. It was back and forth, tied up at one point, and coming down to the wire, OU had the ball, and they were tracking down the field, and then SNU scored it back up, got a penalty there, and scored a beautiful kick on the edge for 3, got us up, and then scored another one to finish it out. So yeah, the kicks are crucial, and if you can get points early on, if you can get points to cover your losses, then you might as well take them, because it's essentially a free 3 points and the ball back. So deep kick by Dayton. Wayne State just looks to track it down. He's playing in an offsides position, but not sure he was able to. I think because it was tapped. That was the only thing. So he's not playing that offsides because it was a tapped ball. Looked to be a forward pass, but he's not really seeing it too well. Don't touch the ball.
Well, the other thing is, too, and we don't have the active stats, but the time of possession is just and just slided in one side favor as far as having the opportunity of.
Yeah, SNU hasn't had the opportunity to really possess the ball that much. Let's see. So their line out right there. Let's see if they can do it. They have a really solid back line. It's going to be not a good one, though. They keep tracking it low, not throwing it straight. You can't win it. Wayne State's been putting pressure on top of them. It's going to be a Wayne State ball looking down the field. SNU's going to be a little bit defense struggle. Wayne State's been a little like to kick a little bit. Alex on the edge. Great tackle out right there. Go quick. Alex looked to go quick on that. And you can go quick on a line out. It just has to go in 5 meters and backwards, opposed to a typical line out where you have your Angus throwing it in down through the tunnel. You can throw it back to your own player, and it's a live play from there. It just depends on if someone touches it, if the ball is dead or not. So there's another lost line out, won by Wayne State. Again, 9 looks to take it quick. Not releasing there. Oh, he's going to, yep. So the great track down. That's the call for that. So they had the tackle. You saw the person coming in, showing his hands that he wasn't a part of it, getting that ball, and the Wayne State player did not release. So it's going to be SNU's.
See if they can do something with it now.
Yeah, they're using a little kick to space, do a line out, which pretty good one. Alrighty. It's going to be SNU's line out just outside the 22. I think they need to just look about it getting a little bit of space on there. They keep throwing it down the middle, but they're not tracking it right in that thing. Let's see. Good ball right there. Went over the edge, but Elijah got it on that trash right there. Looking out. Dayton's going to go quick to the backs right there. They got space on the edge if they can use it. One pass out to the edge down to Pito right there. Oh, it just lost forward. Surrey's going to play advantage. They had the space and opportunity, but just under pressure, they couldn't execute it. So it's going to be a pass out. And let's see if Wayne State decides to try to punch it all the way down the field, or it's going to be a penalty. I think it's going to go back to that knock-on right there because no advantage was gained.
Well, if it's a 40-minute running half, we're close to maybe 7 or 8 minutes. So, time is starting to be a little bit of a factor if you want to try to push it to try to get some points.
Yeah, and if you're up and you have the ball, the main thing is just holding possession and then covering your ground. But if you're down and you're in this position right here, the the last thing you can do is lose that ball in a scoring opportunity like that. And then if they were to get it down center, we could have got an extra point and got 7 points and been up by 1. But now it's going to be Wayne State's ball and another defensive stand, a crucial defensive stand for SNU. Unsafe scrum. Sir's going to call. I think they're binding a little too early. Might have a discussion with that too. So the cadence for a scrum down is crouch. That's whenever all of them crouch down, bind, they grab on and then set, and then a second, and then the ball goes in. There's no pushing allowed until the ball enters the tunnel. And if that seems the case, you can push early or have an unsafe scrum, and the sir might blow the whistle and restart that. Another big scrum for Wayne State right there. They're just going to track it all the way down. One Elijah, great tackle right there. It's going to be not held or knock. Not sure the penalty right there. I think not releasing.
Of course, you're watching SNU College Game Day Saturday Rugby on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Those who are watching on Facebook, subscribe to us, like us, share, follow, and then also YouTube, our YouTube page. Subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Looks like that kick, they try to get some space on that, but we want it back. Pito's got some room over there if he uses it deep right there at the 100. They have some numbers again. Great ball. He just needs a little bit of support. Sir, he's not releasing the tackle. What is he calling? I'm not too sure. I think the sir called not releasing the ball, but I'm not sure if that was the right call. He wasn't ever on the ground. And Sir Dayton tried to talk back and just say something, ask a question about it, but the Sir's going to give him another 10 and a penalty back. So it looked like he wasn't ever on the ground, so he couldn't release the ball. He thought a tackle was made, and just miscalled that. But that's one thing about on my end, like you try to call these, and you try to say, the sir missed that call and all that stuff, but I mean, it's the sir's call, and
it's
once
a
he calls
judgment
it,
it's whether it be holding or pass interference in football,
same type of thing. Yeah,
you may gripe and want to say all what you want, but it's call stands on the field.
Yeah, and
now, what kind of discussion do we have here?
So Dayton's asking him about it because he was never on the ground.
Okay.
And he was just confused because it's not releasing the tackler. So once he was on the ground, he picked him up, not by the ball, and you can't do that. It's playing the man on the ground. So Dayton just
these are the two captains representing.
Yeah, so Dayton's just asking a little bit of questions, which, I mean, you can, but in live open play, it's if you're doing that type of stuff, he could call that penalty, in which he did, and he told him to back 10. So they're going to have a little discussion about that, get a splash of water, keep everyone hydrated. But he's going to say, everyone go back to your team, bring everyone in, and we're going to have a discussion about it because the sir's not liking what he's seeing on both ends.
Now we have kind of a triple header today.
Yeah.
After the conclusion of this, we'll have the girls play. And the
to
girls
see them play
team
too
will
as
play OU. So I guess the girls didn't play OU last week, or
I'm not too sure exacally who they played. I wasn't able to say for the game.
Guys
but
were able to.
Yeah, the guys played OU,
yeah.
and the girls, they ended up beating them 70+. So the girls team, they're a dominant team, and just this last year in sevens, they were able to win their bowl. Like, they lost their first game to a really tough team, and then won out the rest of the sevens and went undefeated after that, and went out brought home some hardware for sevens. So
this is the first time that, and me following rugby on our network, that it was just been 3 attempts at kicks and not any touchdowns scored.
Yeah, it's a very, very strategic game. It looks like he just went wide on that, but that ball is still live in play after that. There's no, downs or anything like that.
Yeah.
Pretty big hit right there. But, yeah, that ball is still live if the play is missed. So he's going to look to get that out and exit for a little bit of space and alleviate it. It's going to go back to Wayne State and see if they try to bring it up or not. Not a bad little run back at Wayne State. Just gets the ball back to where they had it essentially. So they're going to play that slow game that they've been doing, trying to hold possession up until the end of the half. They look to go short side. Great tackle by Creed right there. I believe that was him, or was that Jordan? I think that might have been Jordan. Yeah, Creed's out in the end. They both have blonde hair and tape on them. It's kind of hard to see from back here. So.
Oh,
a little bit of
kind
miscommunication.
Faked,
yeah, not a bad little track down. He faked that pass out, but I think he didn't have the pass, so he just let it take it in.
Okay, so he just took it, yeah.
A little breakthrough by Wayne State, gets it out to the edge. SNU is going to have to hold down another little breakthrough and score by Wayne State on the edge right there. Just can't get anything going for SNU. They have possession, they have all that stuff, and then I think they're just getting a little bit gassed out on the edge. Wayne State has possessed the ball this whole half besides maybe 5 minutes of
So the
SNU.
score is 5?
So 5. So it was.
So it's 11 now?
11
and then
to 1 to 0 of that extra point.
Point after attempt.
So
yeah.
it would be 2 points if he makes it. But kicking into this wind at this angle, it should be pretty
Well,
tough. But
yeah, because he just missed that last one.
Yeah, but he got a little bit of the angle right now. I think he's a right-footed kicker, so he could probably play the wind and try to curve it in. But you can see, like Eric was saying earlier, wherever you place the ball down, that's where you have to kick it from. So he has to kick it from that left side angle.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing is, too, we thought that maybe the time would expire, kind of keep that missed field goal and then keep them out of the end zone, and then
yeah, which it wasn't a bad idea for SNU to try to play that and kick it out, but another little punch kick and it went through. Great kick by Wayne State. That's going to put them up 13-0. It wasn't a bad decision for them to try to play that out, especially a live play, because if it would have stayed into the end zone, they could have came back and they could have dotted it down for a try. So. But a little bit of panic ball going for SNU. There's not really as much support on the ruck, so Wayne State's winning those possessions after the tackle is made. It's going to be SNU.
They'll be kicking off to Western State.
Watch this right here. So I don't know if you ever see this. Wayne State sometimes will pick up the receivers in the air. Let's see if they do that. Okay, yeah. So if it's high and 10, Wayne State, you can lift up your receivers in the air, and because you're not allowed to tackle anyone in the air. So it's going to be a kick out into the wind. It's going to be SNU's line out just past the 50. And another thing, if the ball does become dead by someone else outside force touching it, then you can't go quick. But if no one touches it and you have people there, you can go quick, and it's a live play after that. So I haven't won many line outs. It's been a tough trying to throw in this wind, but let's see what we can do right here. There we go. Great line out right there. Let's see if SNU can get the space on that edge. We've got Camacho running it up, powering through it. A little high on that. Sorry, didn't see it. It's going to be, yep, he's going to go right in there. So let's see what's going to happen after this. Dayton's going to look about time or maybe even a little bit of space. Yep. Another line out opportunity possibly for SNU. Kick for touch. About right up the 25-meter line. Better line out last time. Let's see if they can get that back. A little tip ball. SNU's. He's going to play advantage from the knock-on for Wayne State. Yep, knock-on. Wayne State scrum. So you asked me how I got into rugby. How did you how did you get into the streaming business? Is it something you've just been interested in, or you kind of fell into it, or
no? Radio broadcast for 40 years. I mean, I basically started in high school, and mainly radio was the background, but the streaming part came in the last 9 years. This is our 9th season. So as radio stations for the most part, a lot of at the high school level and whatnot, don't really cover it in radio much because streaming has taken over. And everybody, I mean, it's really weird that 9 years ago when we said streaming, people didn't even know what that word was. They didn't even know what that meant. They said, what is that, like a audio broadcast on the internet? You know, and now streaming is a common word. And now that we're on all the platforms, not only in YouTube and Facebook, but we're on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV, and we're a downloadable app, so you can watch on the go.
I have the app downloaded too.
And that's really good because in anything that we do, and yes, we have 12 different high schools that we cover throughout the state of Oklahoma. We also have OSN1, which you're watching now, and that's really like during the summer we had roller derby. We are going to have this in the spring, OU lacrosse.
Yeah, that's what you're saying. That's going to be super exciting.
And we've had college rugby for the last 3 years with Eric and making sure that, you know, his team's got the exposure and got to be seen. And so, you know, it's just kind of dropped in for me from what was an audio-only presentation to adding the video.
Well, that's amazing. Yeah, and I sometimes, like, just downloading the app, I would get notifications about some people being playing, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna check it out. And it's just a high school team playing football, but it's super fun to watch because like if you don't really have anything else on TV, and if you already watched all your shows, you just pull up Oklahoma Sports Network, and it's a really fun time to just hear not only that streaming, but the broadcasting audio part of it as well. So.
Well, and the thing is too is that it's just always available. It's on archive when you can go watch something, and I think that is probably halftime. Yeah, because I knew it was getting close to that 40 mark. So we have a 13-0 score. SNU really kind of played a great defensive first half, and then really was, if you want to say, gassed because I mean they were playing on their opposite end where they were just going to have Wayne State. And I was going to look that up. I don't know how far Wayne State is from Wayne State, Nebraska, to hear what kind of a trip that is.
I'm just going to look it up. Go here.
And then after that, we'll take a brief timeout. And
so they're traveling about 8 hours away.
8 hours,
I'm not sure if they left last night or came in this morning.
No, I think probably last night. I think. I mean, if you've got the budget for it, I mean, I don't know what time you wake up to get here at a 10 a.m. kickoff. You know, you would have left like at midnight.
Probably
midnight. So I think that was probably on their aspect. So here at the SNU campus here of Rugby, right next to the football stadium, on the campus of SNU, and so we appreciate their participation in this. They're down 13-0 at the half. We'll be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success, and finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed, because your success is our success.
Pizza Hut, you owe Chicago an apology.
Tavern style pizza is our thing.
Why couldn't you be happy with deep dish like all the tourists?
That's good.
You just had to make it so crispy and delicious.
It's perfection.
They put the toppings all the way to the edge.
It's cut in the shareable square.
Yeah, it's delicious.
What's your deal, Pizza Hut?
Your secret's out, Chicago. Try any of our large Chicago tavern-style recipes for just $12 each.
Hey, Pizza Hut, you owe Chicago an apology.
Sorry, Chicago. No one out pizza's the Hut.
Apology accepted.
Goodbye, paperwork. Hello, convenience. Farewell, waiting. Hello, personal service. Catch you later, dreaming. Hello, planning. Buy your dream home, connect with a personal banker, and easily schedule an appointment with digital tools from Arvest Bank. Goodbye limits, hello possibilities.
Sidelined by surgery, illness, injury? Valor Physical Therapy can help. At Valor PT, our skilled therapists create a rehabilitation program individualized for you, with education and encouragement each step of the way. Whether it's sports or the activities of life, let Valor get you back in the game. Start now at 405-265-6449. No referral needed. Mention Oklahoma Sports Network and get a free t-shirt at your first appointment.
Bank First is uniquely Oklahoman, deeply rooted in over 50 communities statewide. From those roots, our investment in education springs forth, helping to raise the Oklahoma leaders of tomorrow while providing financial strength to the business leaders of today. That's the kind of loyalty that helps entire communities thrive. Bank First. Loyal to Oklahoma. Loyal to you.
Well, welcome back to the SNU campus. Trey alongside myself, Eric Sherem. Going to bring you second half action as SNU down 13-0 at the half. Start second half action, and of course, and this will be another question for me since the last score was, do they switch at half, or is it flipped as a coin of?
Yeah, so they'll switch half. They usually do like a coin toss at the beginning of the game. And
right.
It's like football, whoever has possession, or if you load to kick or not.
Okay.
And then it will switch at halftime too. So SNU will be going into the win. Pretty crucial aspect of that, because they'll have to, if they do allowed to do some penalty kicks, there'll be some tough kicks to punch it in. So yeah, it was a pretty physical first half. Wayne State, they just possessed the ball, although pretty much the whole time SNU just couldn't get anything out to the edge as far as, passing it out and all that. Looks like he's gonna have a chat with the front three on those scrum downs, because they have been a little dangerous, not supporting the weight and all that stuff too for the props. So I'm gonna have a quick chat before their kickoff.
So coming in from Wayne State, Nebraska, and you say a D3 program, and SNU started off. Tell us a little bit about the pecking order of this season when you talk about playoffs and you talk about different things of kind of how that all fares into play.
Yeah, so with SNU, it's more or less like a bid. It just depends on whenever we can get. It's more of a set schedule, more into a bracket and all that stuff. But if playoff wise, it's like an automatic bid if you have a decent record, depending on who we play, because we're able to play anyone. So we want to play teams that are up there, even if they're a D3, D2, or premier level team, up there in rankings and up there on that end, so we can still get a good record and a good score against people who are playing in the actual conference as far as playoff goes. So if not playoffs, then have a pretty good opportunity about attending like a bowl game. Like the past couple of years, we were able to do the Lone Star Bowl and the Rhino Bowl just because of our record and our track record of who we played, who we beat, and how well we played against those top end teams and those actual divisions and stuff like that too as well.
So the ball will be placed down and ready for play, I think, after the captains have talked to the sir.
Yeah, I think he was talking to that front pack about just holding up the weight in those scrums, making them safer for everyone. So we'll have a kickoff here, and then I might start my watch, and let's just see about like time-wise. And
put 40 on there. And
all right, yes, yeah. You might see the Wayne State pick up some players in the air, and you'll see this what I was talking about earlier. So nothing right now. It's going to be a little win by Wayne State. Great tackle down low. Alrighty. Little box kick back. He's got some pressure on. He might look to take it out, and he does. He has space. Great stiff arm right there. Oh, he tried to offload it. Not the best decision, but Sam picked it up and was able to cover his tracks. Pass out to the forwards, Elijah. Taking him down. It looks like it got cleared out right there. Penalty, not supporting the weight. It's going to look to go quick, and Wayne State has to get back 10. Great fake out right there. He has no support. Good breakaway on that. Not 10, so back 10 Wayne State. Yep. Might look to kick into space right here, but good decision by Dayton going quick on that and giving some more pressure on there. It looks like it's did go out right there on that. Great little punch. Lucky flip off the finger. Kicking into that wind, that ball is, since the shape of it, it has a little bit more space than a football does. It's not going to cut through the air that well, so it will hang up and knuckle and not go out where you need it to sometimes. So SNU line out. Great line out. Looks for the back right there. Run a play off of that. Out to the edge. Out to the edge one more. Great edge. Alex got the ball. He has space right there. Set the support. Tries to get the offload off to Pito. SNU is moving that ball now. Great play by SNU. Get it out to the forwards. Oh, he looks like he got knocked on right there. Angus got that out to Creed to the edge. He has a little bit of support right there. Breakaway. He's going to be tackled on that. There to Ruck. It's Camacho.
Really kind of getting that ball out on the edge, try to get in space.
We're getting it out, you know, and supporting our players a little bit better this half. So it looks really good. Just getting a position.
Execute that, dump it in.
Yeah, and a position right here. Camacho taking it low. Yeah, high tackle right there. He's going to look to go quick on that, or we might go for points. Just depends. Let's just see what their decision is. SNU is going to look to go for points. Probably the best thing to do right now, especially, you know, you get some points on the board, get the ball rolling, get the ball back. And
that's the thing. I mean, you start over. Just kind of what they did.
Yeah.
They did 3, then the 6, and then they added that score.
Yeah. So and it's right in the middle. It's into the wind a little bit, but he's got a pretty good boot on him. So yeah, I think this should be a pretty decently easy kick. Let's just see how it goes.
It's kind of a straight on, so if you've done it in practice, just do it right here.
We got Dana right there for that 3 points. So
first SNU score.
SNU on the board. That's maybe something that SNU needed just to get that driving opportunity and put points on the board. They were moving the ball really well. They look to be a little bit more physical coming out. I think they have a little chip on their shoulder, you know, coming into the second half. So
well, and they're the home team. You know, you want to be able to take advantage of that. And not that they were playing flat. They were just very physical in that first half between these two.
And playing defense, you know, that's going to wear out your stamina and all that stuff too. So if you don't have possession of the ball, you're back on the line, you're getting up, you're making a tackle over and over and over. And I think that's what got SNU in a little bit of trouble because they just got fatigued on that first half and wasn't able to get in place to make those tackles as needed. So deep kick by Wayne State. It's going to be backwards, so we're good. Play on. A little juke move out for space right there. Looks like he got some support player. Great run out by SNU. Another pass right there on the back end. Little messy ball. I think they're just going to maybe go into that. Playing that safe. Yeah. Needs to possess the ball. Don't make anything crazy passes, especially in this spot right here. You don't want to give up the ball and have a messy ball. Like, it's the last thing you need on that end. So you just need to support and ruck over. But I think SNU is wanting to possess this ball. A little short pass, picked up Camacho. Look about the exit right there into the wind. They're going to have to punch it really high. Little opportunity to the short side. Tried to play that off, and now I think he's going to call the knock on. SNU is just playing a little messy and not making opportunities to clear that ball out. So it definitely went back to haunt him in the end. Now it's going to be Wayne State scrum down about the 5. Another big goal line stand coming up for SNU. Wayne State wins the scrum. They're going to look to go wide with their backs right there. Good tackle. Look at that short side. Let's see what Wayne State, if they decide to go that. Looks like it. Another big tackle right there. What do we have? Penalty to Wayne State. SNU's got to get back 10. Let's see if they look to go for points or not. Not releasing was the call on that tackle. Wayne State's looking about just punching it in right here with their forwards. Big run by SNU and try Wayne State. So SNU answered. Wayne State answered right back with a try. That's another 5 points. Extra point to follow on the edge. Awaiting the kick.
We talk about having that placement of them getting the ball back down there was what you didn't want to have happen.
Yeah, they were trying to make opportunities happen in a very dangerous place. They didn't really think about possessing the ball or just controlling it and trying to make something happen. They were trying to make something happen. They weren't worried too much about leaving it out for them and you know, clearing out space. So looks like the ball fell off to the wind.
Fell off.
Yeah. So I think sometimes the serve will say it's
gonna have to hold her. Or
yeah. Depending on what happens, if he goes quick, and if not, then the serve might give you a little bit of leniency because of the wind. But sometimes if that happens, you still have to make a kick happen. So looks like he made that right there. I believe that makes that 20-3 Wayne State. Kickoff to come. SNU going into the wind right there, so they got a little bit of fight against that. I think that's why they were trying to think maybe about not trying to clear that ball out, because they didn't want to kick it into the wind and have it hang up in the air. But sometimes at that point you have to at least clear out a little bit of space. You don't want to be backed up too much and make an opportunity, happen and make a loose, messy ball. And Wayne State scooped it up and capitalized on that too. So kick to come right here. High and 10. This is where you're going to see that A-man picked him up. Yep, you can't hit him in the air. Great catch by 8-man right there. He might look to clear some space. So box kick out into touch. So he's going to look to go a little quick back over there on that. He's going to say the ball went out. I believe it's because it passed over into that. There's a new rule as far as lineout goes. I'm not too sure on that, but as far as like if it goes out past the 22 or not, then it's a line out and it goes up. Sometimes the law changes so often. It's hard to keep up with that on my end. Great line out one by SNU. They're going to look to go wide, and this might be the opportunity that they need. One more pass out to the edge. Pito gets a juke on someone. smart to keep that ball. SNU rucks over, protect it. Let's see what Dayton's got. He's going to hit the 10 to the forwards. Just play possession at this point right here. That's all SNU needs. Just hold on to the ball, not make any mistakes. Pass out to the edge. Kyle's got that pass right there. A little fake pass. Needs to ruck over. Good clear out right there on that end. Dayton's going to get that ball out. One pass to the 10. Looks like SNU's just not letting anything happen. He just needs one more pass out to that edge right there. Kyle thought he didn't make that pass, so he just kept it, which is not a bad thing. Not a bad thing at all. Keep possession of the ball. Don't make dumb passes. Sam's got a break right there. So I'm getting a big room right there. Tries to get that offload. Saved right there by Creed. Good clear out right there. We have a knock-on advantage for SNU. Get one more tap pass right there. See if we can't get it out to the edge. Looking to be a little bit more decision-based right now as far as, oh, I can't make that pass. There's still an advantage right there. So they're keeping possession of it and then not making those decisions that can cost them. So good heads up for SNU. Gonna go back to that scrum down knock-on advantage that he was playing. So it'll be a scrum down SNU right around inside the 50. Let's see what's going on. Let's see if SNU can't make something happen off of this scrum down. Might run a set piece play and get some space over the edge. They have numbers out, so if they can just make one or two extra passes and see some space, they can capitalize on that. So ball's in, collapsing on that end. That might have looked down. Might look for a rescrum on that, but I think he talked to those forwards originally about collapsing that scrum, so let's just see if he has a re-scrum or not. He's just gonna see exactly about like up in there, unless he's gonna do a little bit more inside investigation to see where exactly. Good push by Sam right there. Good fight. Dayton's gonna get that ball out, maybe out to those backs right there. See what happens off of this space. Elijah takes it up, gets a little bit of room on that end right there. Great run, great drive, getting him up. That's a maul. Take that ball out, take the ball out. Yeah, that's good right there. He's off sides on that end. Yep, right there. Look to go quick on that. Yep. Dan's gonna tap to go quick. Out to the edge, Camacho right there. Sees a little bit of space and tries to take it right there. Back to Dayton's hands. Dayton sees some space. Great run by Dayton. He's gonna look to popped up on that end. Not rolling out, sir might call it. Let's see if he has the advantage. Not releasing, sir says. Never mind. Got an injured player right there. Dayton looked to get a good little shot to the knee, so.
That kind of makes his way up.
Yeah.
That's good.
A little stinger, I think. So it's going to be a penalty to Wayne State. SNU back 10. Probably going to kick for touch. A little bit better possession for SNU on that end, as far as you know, making some opportunities, seeing some space. They just need to make one or two more passes out to the edge, and they try to attack the middle, and we're attacking into some faces, not spaces. So
kind of right in front.
Right there.
Right
good
in
view.
front and center of us.
We got a little bit of wind blowing, and the ball can still go travel through the tunnel, and if the wind takes it, I mean, it's still an okay ball. Let's see what happens right here. A little flare ball out, won by us, and oh no, one Wayne State. Might look about not down the tunnel or offsides right there on that end. Yep, too many people on that right there, so offsides. SNU might look to get some space. Good break for SNU.
See if they can take advantage of it.
pretty decent boot. Just got a little bit of space on that end. Generous mark on there. It looked to be about 5 meters differential, but I won't say anything. We'll take it.
Talked about those judgment calls earlier.
Yeah, well, being on the line, it's so hard to see it because you have to. It's wherever the ball goes out in the air, and if you're on that line, and that angle is difficult. I've ran touch so many times, and I can't ever see it because I always think it goes off either further than it does or not. So, but it is more judgment. Even we don't have sanctioned line judges, but whatever they say, wherever they goes out, unless told otherwise by the sir, then it's their call as well. So. Lost by SNU to Wayne State. Wayne State sees some space on that end right there. Tracked him down and tackled. Wayne State looked to going out fast. A little messy ball and low. Great tackle there. That's Sam right there getting low. Dropping out Baskin. Tries to chip it. One by Alex. We got a man on right there. He's going to look about not having any support, but this might get him. A little messy action right there in that, so leave it to Sam. Clearing that ball out to the backs. Flipping the field back to the other end right there, the short side. Run by Jordan, offload on that end right there to Pito. Pito gets stuffed right there, but we got people there to cover. So just possession again, just a possession in. Yep. Pass off to there to Camacho. Senior room, but holding possession. This is what SNU needed just to make an opportunity happen. Just needs to hold on to the ball. Low ball, Sam has it. Decides not to pass that out just because he didn't see it. Keep tracking backwards though, so SNU is holding possession, but going backwards is never a good thing.
Yeah, no, it's retreating.
There we go, penalty SNU, good way. Dane's going to look to go quick on that. He said no because there was someone on the ground holding their own player. We got an injury right there, looks like. Nope, he's okay. Looks like we have a sub Wayne State. Might get an injury check for the head. Dayton Bradford coming off. Jacob Robinson coming in. Pretty good balls for Dayton. He great passes, great opportunities to score. Looks like Jacob's coming in and finishing this one out. Jacob's R9 off of that. SNU's going to look to get some space for a line out. The ball might hang in the air. One by Alex, great win. Just didn't get it out in time. I don't know if that play offload. Wayne State gets it back. SNU stole it back again, so in favor of SNU. A little bit of a break right there, back and forth, and SNU ended up with the ball. Elijah with a big run. Jacobs with the 9, passing the ball out quick. They have edge, they have numbers. So see if we got one more pass on that right there. Out to the edge, cut back in, a little step.
Nice.
Good run right there. Yep, just getting that space, getting that opportunity to make those. And we're in a position to where we can get a little bit more. Good jog right there. And you got advantage for that high tackle. Let's see if SNU can capitalize off of that right there. Down to Ian, ENC space. Good offload out to Pito. Going out one more pass right there. He's got another high tackle. I'll call it. He might go back to that. Yep, high tackle off. He's going to call again over there too as well. Might be a cardable thing because that's 2 in a row. Let's see what he says. We got a high tackle back on that end right there, so let's see what he says about where the mark is going to be at. Looks to still be a penalty, yes, and he's going to talk to the captains about his high tackles. I'm not sure the conversation, though. About halfway through this half right here, might be a little bit of time added on to just some injuries and subs, so we'll see what's going on. They're going to have another little group discussion for Wayne State from their captains, probably just about the high tackles, and the sir probably told him to go over there and say, hey, change those and get low. So
you take care of it, or I will.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes, and then that's the I think about it. It's like and everywhere else, the in football or anywhere else, no one will really tell you what you did wrong. They just say you did it wrong, and then in rugby they say, I'm going to tell you exactly what you did wrong. Here's how you're going to fix it. Line out opportunity right there.
They have to kick in the wind too, which is another drawback to this side of the field.
Yeah, still got a pretty good space and distance on that. So, but yeah, the sir will tell you, hey, this is how you're doing it wrong, and if not, if you don't do that again, I'll penalize you for it. So, the communication is good as long as you communicate through your captain to the sir. And he'll never just stop the play just to chatter, because sometimes he'll want to talk whenever he wants to talk. So,
still a 20-3 advantage.
Right here, SNU's line
by
out.
Wayne State.
Let's see. One by SNU. Great put right there. Jacob gets the ball out. We got Camacho on that knock-on advantage on there. You might see it. I don't know if he saw the knock-on. I think he's just going to call the turnover ball. So let's see what goes on right here. Yeah, tackled by SNU. Wayne State looks to go out quick right there, but a little messy ball on that end. Got a penalty for SNU offsides, I believe. Back 10. Yep, offsides. Just jumped a little too early on that. The 9 didn't have possession on it. Sam thought he did, so he jumped it a little bit. And that's the offsides is the back foot of your ruck. So if you decide to oppose that, you have to be back behind them, if not back behind the line of the last spot of the ruck. So the ball's out if no one's there to cover it, or if the 9 takes it up and it's a playable opportunity. Looks to get a line out. Looks like it might go just out. Yep. Wayne State deep kick. He was generous for us, so he's gonna be generous to them too. Wayne State's gonna get it just outside the 5, line out. One by Wayne State. Went over the head, but it was still down in the tunnel, so Wayne State was able to get it from their person that was there. It's going to be another little small ball out to the edge type play, I think, for Wayne State. They go short side again because they had numbers. Great track down right there, too, though. It's going to be a slow-moving game again. Let's see if SNU can stop them. Look to be a knock-on, no try. Knock-on in the try.
Able to push their way in for another 5.
Oh, I think Wayne State is a penalty. It was a knock-on in the 5. So he was in there, but he didn't put pressure down. So he knocked it on. I believe there will be a goal line drop kick to SNU. So he didn't score.
Okay,
he
so
didn't
he
put
did
possession.
not.
Yeah,
okay.
so he fumbled the ball forward in the try zone. So this would be a goal line drop. It's essentially a kickoff from SNU inside their own goal line, and then
but
play
they didn't
goes
give
forward.
up a point, so that was a good.
Yeah, that was a great stand by them, playing into that sun right there too. So good take by SNU. Great play, great defensive stand. That was what they needed to see if they can capitalize on this opportunity. Is Wayne State's mistake. Camacho looking to punch it through right there. SNU's got numbers out to the edge if they can hit it. Oh, he's going short side again. Let's see his power through on that. And possession-wise, I think this is what SNU needs. Penalty knock-on for Wayne State. I'm not sure. I think they were playing a penalty advantage from that too. So knock-on from the kick, advantage gain, or no, not gained, scrum down SNU. So oftentimes if there is a penalty, like a high tackle or a knock-on or offsides, the sir will still let the play go. And if the team is able to break about 10 meters or gain possession or score off of it too, he'll let the play go in. If not, if he doesn't seem that advantage is gained, he'll stop the play. He'll go back to the original scoring, like original penalty, and then he'll go from there too. So SNU's push. Let's see what they have right there. It's going to be a early push for SNU. He's going to elect a rescrum, which after so many, you would think that he would call a penalty off of that. So there's been too many rescrums, in my opinion, at least. You know, like I said, it's all opinion based, but I think there's been too many rescrums for him to keep calling these. I think he just needs to give the penalty to someone else and just call it from there, because it creates dangerous plays and dangerous habits inside the scrum down, and that's not what they need. SNU looks to push the ball in. Another early push, I believe, or I'm not sure what that call was on that. So he's going to talk to him right there about it. It looks to seem to be a penalty for or a Wayne State maybe not supporting or anchoring down on the prop to collapse that. So it's going to be a scrum down Wayne State. Not sure the conversation that was had, but
gorgeous day for rugby Saturday,
yeah.
too.
It is amazing. It's probably
cool
the
this
best,
morning, a little bit of a wind.
best day of the year. The wind's
Yeah.
not too bad, but I mean, it's like
it's nice.
Nice, super
better
nice.
than 110.
Oh yeah. Oh,
It's
yeah.
going to be 87 for a high today, which is much better than what we've seen about a month ago.
Yeah, beautiful. Low ball. Wayne State wins the scrum. It's going to be dropped down.
Let's go!
Knock on Wayne State. It's going to be SNU's scrum down right there on that. We have about 13 minutes or so until 40, probably about 15. Still left in the half. Wayne State still leading 20 to 3.
20 to 3.
20 to 3. I think the SNU's put right outside their 22. Goes quick. I think it's going to be uncontested scrums. The scrums have been a little messy, so the sir said, we're not going to be doing any pushing battles. We're just going to put the ball in and scrum down that way. It's deemed like if it needs to be, it still needs to be a scrum down, but it's just more or less don't push, make it nice and safe. So great run by Elijah. Just needs a support right there. Jacob's going to go quick out to the edge. One more pass or two. Got it. Yep. A little high on that. A little messy ball, a little panic situations, but he's going to play advantage for that high tackle. Go quick. Jacob's going to look to go quick on that right there. Let's see what he does. He's going to tap it right there and maybe make a playing opportunity on that right there. Great ball out there to the edge. Get some space. One more pass. Ian's got it. Pass from Elijah offload. Better possession this half for SNU. Camacho get a break right there. He has some space. Great run. Get a little 5 out of it. One more pass out to the edge. Goes short side. Didn't see the numbers out there. Almost forward pass. He didn't see that. I'm not going to say anything. Stay in possession of that.
Let's go, Jose!
It might be not releasing for the tackler, I believe, or might have stepped out. Yeah. Out of bounds for SNU. It's going to be Wayne State. Line out. Outside the 10. Plenty of rugby still to go on. Like and with rugby, it can be a flip of the switch, and they could score 3 times in 2 minutes, and it still be a good game. So no one's ever out with rugby, especially on this type of thing. Lost line out right there. He's going to call not straight or offsides. I'm not sure to call. Surprised he didn't run the advantage on that, because Wayne State did win that line out off of there. So I'm surprised he didn't call advantage off of that. We got Thomas coming in. Off of it. We got Ian going in for 10. Thomas is going to go out to 12. going to be scrum down SNU. So I believe it was offsides. That's why the advantage wasn't gained on that. So ball's out right there from the uncontested scrum. One more pass out to the edge. He's got room right there. Space on the edge. He's going to go up, get a head up on him. Good run right there for SNU. He's going to go quick. Ball out to the edge right there. Tip pass inside. Good possession held for SNU. He's going to look to try to draw him offsides, but wasn't able to do that. Camacho seems to have a little bit of offload in space right there. And one more offload down to the edge. Great run right there for SNU. Just got caught up in some traffic. Jacob's going to go quick out to the short side again. One or two more passes. Sam Miller, backwards, play on. Look to seem to be out on SNU, so it's going to be another Wayne State line out. Just stepped out on the edge right there. Better possession, just can't capitalize on the opportunities. So Wayne State's defense has just been holding them down and then keeping them.
That's a credit to them. Their defense is really, even though SNU's tried to get the edge, they just won't. They won't allow it.
No, it's going to be a knock-on advantage here for SNU. Great break right there for them. SNU is going to get the ball out. He's going to go, penalty right there. Jacob's going to go quick. Great ball for Jacob. They're going to have to get another penalty. He's going to have to get back 10 again. He's going to give him another 10 meters or so. He should,
All right, this is the chance to capitalize right here.
On something, and they need to go for the try and not the points.
Yeah.
Or they're going to elect to maybe scrum down off of that penalty. Scrum down, still uncontested. So this is the scoring that SNU needs, and a little bit of break that they got from losing that line out. So let's see if SNU can capitalize on it and punch one in. Might be the momentum shift that they need. Still plenty of time left to make a couple more scoring opportunities happen. So, one by Elijah right there. SNU's won it. Rucked over right there for SNU. So can play the short game, kind of like Wayne State was playing. Let's see what happens. Gonna go out to the edge right there. One or two more passes. Great clear out by SNU right there. One more. Play the short game. Good punch right there for SNU. This is the drive that they were needing. Just play 6 inches. That's all it needs right there. One more pass. Creed's got some rhythm right there. Great pass out to Alex. Alex to the edge right there. Gets the spin off of him. Gets tracked down. Great little run back out to Creed. Offload. Great clear right there. SNU. Oh, high tackle right there for SNU. Another little break that they got. He's going to look to go quick. Yep, right there on the edge right there. Quick ball, back out to the edge and intercepted right there on that. So knock on that. But he might not have been back 10, so we'll see if he has another. He's going to call that knock on right there. So scrum down SNU. Still about 10 minutes of play left. This momentum shift in SNU is pretty good so far. I like what I'm seeing. But Wayne State's just disciplined to stay up and in SNU's faces. Another one ball at SNU. Elijah back out to the edge right there. He's going to look to get it on the edge and try SNU right on the corner. Great ball by Elijah.
It's almost kind of willed it in there, you know.
Yep.
You get to see this in instant replay right there. We'll go one more time.
Oh, that's a great angle. Big kick here, right here on this edge ball. But yeah, Elijah, since it's uncontested, he decided to scoop it up. He saw the space. He didn't want to make an offload and all that stuff. He saw the corner of it, dotted it down. Great try, SNU. Let's see if they get the ball back here, if they can't make another momentum shift. Great kick. The wind just caught it. No good, SNU. Not a bad boot, but scoring opportunity here for SNU.
Well, they put 5 on the board and make it 8.
5 in.
20-8.
Try score Elijah coming off of that right there. We have Liam in. Going to 8. We have, I believe, Creed. Great push. Getting the ball back here with plenty of time left to make another scoring opportunity happen. We have 8 SNU, Wayne State 20 trailing. What are your thoughts so far as just Wayne State's like ability to be disciplined as much as they have been, and then getting the possession and stuff like that too as well?
And you know, a lot of sports it is, you know, is time of possession, you know, of executing what you want to do. Really nothing flashy. They're kind of gritty, you know, they'll just kind of grind you out. And in the past I've seen SNU really try to get the edge, get their athletes out in space to try to get scores, you know, and then score quickly and often. And really, Wayne State has really kept them in check with that.
Yep. They're a team of a lot of bigger forwards, I believe. Great push by Alex. Great run. I think kept that ball in play and didn't get it out. So we got pass out to the edge to Camacho. Yeah, Wayne State, they have been playing very, very like, lost forward. He's going to play an advantage right there.
Well, and also, you know, about the fatigue on both sides. You know, when you're at this juncture now, at the tail end, you know, how spent are you? How conditioned are you?
Yeah.
And, you know, a speed team can take advantage of that if, you know, if you're just more like physical, and maybe we can see another score before it's ended.
Yeah, whenever we drive down that field, we had the edge, we had opportunities, we broke it, we got all the way down there, and then so that's going to be the main thing. If we can get that again, we have another opportunity to do it right here. Just 1 or 2 more passes, that's all it takes on that end. So good push right there. Some, what's it called? Yogurt is that they call it if you give a good stiff arm. So
okay,
it's going to be a penalty. SNU might go a little quick tap. He's on top of him. He's not rolling away on that. So go right now. It's going to be a tap. Camacho. Camacho's going to look to see some space right there on the edge. He's going to pop up like that. Going to be scooped up by Jordan, I believe. Another little good run, seeing that space opportunity provided. Jacob's going to go back, flip field. He's going to see another pass out to that edge. Be a little high on that one, too. Sorry, didn't see that. He's not going to call it. Back and forth, one end to the other. That's the game plan right there. We're going to call it a penalty right there. SNU's going to look to go quick again on that. He's not back 10, so that's going to be a card right there, I believe. I can already tell you right now. Sorry.
Uh-oh.
High tackle. He is not back 10. He is going to bring him over. He's going to put time off right there. Might give him a little card. Malicious play. Not back 10. Little seatbelt chop. Yep, that's a card coming out right there. Let's see if it's a... Redder. Yep, yellow card right there. Flash him off. He's gonna be off for the remainder of the game right there.
And do we know why?
He wasn't back 10. Our player alluded to go fast, and he got him around the neck area. Dangerous play. So going down to the final minutes here. I'm going to look to another scrum down for SNU. Time is coming to an edge. They're going to try to get this ball out quick, get a score, and get a possession. And if they can get another 10, I mean, that brings it close, and then 2 extra points. And, you know, we were looking at a matchup, and it's possible with the time, you know, everything can happen. No 8-man in there, so that can't be contested at all. Ball's out. Back out to that edge. Good fight right there to get space. Passed out right there. Jordan sees it. tries to get that offload there. It's not that, so SNU just has to fight for it on the ground right there. Jacob sees that short side of the field again. Tip ball inside to Sam. Ooh, another little high on that. So he's going to allow it and say it was a clean tackle right there. Jordan out to the edge. Going to look to get another messy ball out to the edge. Alex got some opportunity and some space, driving his feet. Jacob ball out, clean ball right there. Another big run forwards, just trying to possess it. I mean, SNU's got to score somewhat quick if they want to have another opportunity to try to get another 5 on it. Angus on there, no, just can't get the space on that, get the ball out quick enough, so.
Let's go, Kyle! Let's go, Kyle!
Lost ball, back to SNU. JP going to see that, he's going to see a little space, kick it out. That might be the 50-22. So that was that 50-22 call. He was behind the 50. It landed inbounds, went outside the 22. So it's going to be SNU's line out. That's a weird rule that was just implemented. Not really weird, but just a little bit more of a open play opportunity that allows a little bit more kind of like excitement to the game. As crazy as it sounds, you know. So everyone always gets hyped about it. Good ball for SNU down the tunnel, clean. Low ball by Jacobs, going to get it tipped out to the edge right there. See some space, 1 or 2 more passes, didn't get that off in time. Didn't want to get back to that position. Flip the field. Jacob went a little slow on that. Sees the edge right there. Alex got space on that. He's got a breakthrough. Good break on that. He needs to get centered on there. He needs to get centered. Alex, it's all good. Try for SNU with time coming to an end. Let's just see. He's going to go quick on this. He's going to try to get a quick, he might call time on after that.
See that on instant replay, and what a great touchdown with that. Brings the score to 20-13. Told you about the fatigue factor, whether or not.
Yeah.
Whether SNU is just a little bit more. There's the kick.
No good on that right there. He's going to call time after that. So that brings a conclusion. Way to fight for SNU towards the end of that game.
So that was the end of regulation. Okay.
But it just couldn't punch it in.
Couldn't do it.
There,
20-13. Wow, what a rally, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like being down as they were and only scoring the 3 at the half to come back and get those. That was something you can build on. And I know Eric will be happy when he is able to see that, as both teams are going to go and congratulate each other on a great match.
Yeah, and to know that time is coming to an end and just punching in one more, and that just shows that, like, you know, you're no matter how down you are on that, you're still going to want to try to get one more on there and just show the fight that you have, even if it doesn't mean anything as far as score-wise.
Sense of pride, and you play right to the end, and they're getting hand claps from the SNU faithful. And that's the other thing is these stands the way they are is that you've got both fan bases all in one. It's not like one on one side, one on the other.
No.
So Wayne State College takes it to SNU. 20-13 is your final score. Don't go anywhere, because we're going to have the ladies, the women are in action with SNU and Wayne State College coming up, and then in conclusion of that, a third match for your all-afternoon college rugby experience. SNU ladies and women against the University of Oklahoma. So on the SNU campus, and Trey, we thank you so much for entertaining us, of keeping it along. And if you're able to come back, if so, that's great. If not, we understand it, and we'll get someone to help call rugby as we're trying to learn the sport as well.
I appreciate you having me on. It's been a really fun time, and I enjoyed doing this, and it was a great day. So. Thank you, Eric.
20-13, Wayne State College over SNU College Rugby. And we'll be back shortly with the women coming up next right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.